got the brand new DeFacto knives here that I'm going to unbox, and then I got a very special recipe that I'm going to try today. Something pretty different and unique, but first I'm going to check these knives out. Alright, so this is the new 15-piece knife set, kitchen knife set that comes with the block. So I know a lot of people have been asking for this. It comes with a honing steel, an 8-inch bread knife, an 8-inch chef knife, an 8-inch slicing knife, a 7-inch Santoku, a 5-inch utility, a 3-inch paring knife, shears, and then 5 steak knives. So that's pretty sweet. I'm going to open this thing up. Here's the block. This thing is heavy duty. Alright, we got some shears here. One of our steak knives. These handles are super cool. They're super lightweight. I don't even know how to describe them. They're like 3D printed or something. I don't know. Alright, so what I have here today, I went up with the same group of guys that I shot my bear with last year, and I ran with them to take some photos and videos and stuff, and there was a lucky hunter who harvested a bear, and I asked him if I could save some of his bear fat because he wasn't planning on doing anything with it other than burning it in a bear fat fire, which is a lot of fun, but this fat has lots of uses. I mean, it can be used for all sorts of different things, but what I'm going to do today, I got my buddy Cam here who's going to help me. He's never tried this before. I'm going to render this down into bear grease. We're going to have bear cracklings, and then I pulled this out of the freezer like 3 or 4 hours ago. This piece is still frozen, but I have a bear heart that we're going to cook in some of this bear grease too. So what we need to do now is just cube this fat up so that it's ready to put into a hot pot, and we're just going to melt this down and render out the bear grease. So pretty excited. We'll have a little bit of bear grease to save. We'll have some pork cracklings at the end of this, and then we're going to cook up this bear heart with some musket powder. So cool little meal, and then we'll have some bear grease coming up for different dishes that we want to do in the future. Alrighty, so I'm going to choose which knife do I want. I'm going to use this big slicing knife, and all we're looking for here is just Cam, why don't you come make yourself useful? Sit over there if you want. All we're gonna do is just try to cut these into pieces, and it works a little bit better when it's somewhat frozen because it can be kind of like slimy. But we're just gonna cut this into like approximately inch cubes or so. This knife is super sharp. Yeah, so all we're going for is just inch cubes like this. Alright, Cam is doing some work on this hunk of bear fat. How do you like that knife, Cam?
Sure.
So now all I got here is a big pot, and I'm just going to start putting these 1-inch cubes in. And it's pretty important to stir this stuff around. You don't want it burning to the bottom, and you don't want it too hot. But all this grease will just start rendering out. Look good?
Looks good, got a lot of grease.
Gotta cook up the heart soon and then have some cracklings.
Cook some heart.
Alrighty, Mom and Dad just got here. So this is about done. There's all these little cracklings in the bottom. I'm gonna pull these out. And I would say, I don't know, we'll have to measure it, but I say we got a couple quarts of bear grease here from just this little bit of fat I saved. So I'm gonna pull these cracklings off to the side. I'm not gonna eat all of them because I'll probably be in the hospital tomorrow with a heart attack, but I'm gonna pull these off, throw a little salt on them, maybe some musket powder actually. And then I'm gonna turn this off and let this bear grease cool a little bit so that we can jar it up and save it. Alrighty, so our bear grease is rendered out. I'm just gonna wait for that to cool down a little bit before I put it in jars. So now I got the heart of that bear as well. I'm just gonna coat this in musket powder. Coat both sides. And the hunter that killed this bear just didn't want any of the bear fat or the heart, so I figured I might as well make use of it. The heart is honestly one of my favorite things to eat out of my animals. I actually last night, we've been killing some geese here in Wisconsin, and I pickled a bunch of goose hearts and gizzards, so I saved the hearts out of just about everything. There's always something to do with them, so. Got this coated in musket powder, and I've got some hot bear grease in a pan, so we're gonna fry these up. Alright, I got this bear heart fried up. Very good. I'm going to try it out. Pretty good.
Very good, Sean.
Bear heart fried in bear grease. Alrighty, so we rendered our bear fat down. We cooked our bear heart in the rendered down grease. That was great. This is cooled down enough, I think, so I'm gonna just finish this up with jarring up this bear fat, this rendered bear grease. So I got just a little bit of a screen here, just to kind of screen out some of the bigger chunks of fat and grizzle and stuff that are in there. But I got a couple jars here. There's one little jar. This is literally just a small, this is just 2 small hunks of fat that came off of this bear's shoulders. I mean, I could have got way more than this if I saved all the fat from the bear. So I'm kind of experimenting with this. I've only done this once before, and again, I just saved a little bit of it. But I really liked cooking with it, and I know there's lots of other uses I haven't experimented with. So I'm gonna see how much I use this, and I've been spending a little bit more time with those guys up at bear camp, and that's something I'm doing a whole lot more of. So I'll be running with them, and if this is something where I find a whole lot of uses for this, I might start saving more of it because it's such a great way to utilize more of the animal. So there are a couple jars of bear grease here, and this has all sorts of different purposes. I'm going to try to find more, but it can be used to replace butter or your cooking oil, and it's great stuff. So got a few jars here. I'll be experimenting with this through the years, but I don't know a whole lot about this, but I know for sure this will last just like this for at least a year. It can last, I think, much longer than that, which is another reason why they were so excited about this stuff. You know, kind of back in the old days, people got real fired up about bear grease. So I'm happy to have some more to try this year. If you guys are out bear hunting, I'd highly recommend at least giving it a shot and putting it to use. It's there, so might as well use it. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. We got more content coming out. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.